Hi everyone, it's another video here from Kernow Weather Team. I'm Dave.
I'm Hannah.
Put her on the spot then, I love doing that. Yeah, this one's just an overview of the weather, what we've got upcoming, and we've got another low pressure system, another yellow weather warning, and it looks to be quite hectic over the next little while with the weather anyway. So we should start with the beast of them all and dive straight in with the wind
6.5 hours later.
charts when they load. Hopefully they've loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at the moment it's quite slack air, so the isobars are quite nice and wide. So that's why during Friday we had plenty of showers, but the wind's not been too bad. It's been quite light. But later on tonight, you can see right on the left-hand side of the charts, you can see this low pressure system right out here. And this is the one what's going to bring these lovely rainbow colored winds.
Rainbow coloured winds. Love it.
Rainbow colored winds, yeah. They're rainbow chart, they're classed as rainbow charts. You, you can you can see here the winds do start to pick up on Saturday morning about 9 o'clock. The reds are showing 40 50s, but it's these purples we have to keep an eye on. The low pressure does sort of go to the west of Northern Ireland and it sits up there for a while, and you can see it wrapped around and right down this line is what you call an active cold front. So it's cold air and it's sitting right behind the winds. Then you can see about lunchtime, the winds are really going to pick up. And we're talking 70 to 80, maybe a bit more around the coasts, and 50 to 60 inland. So they're going to be quite damaging gusts as well. And they do shift a bit later on, but it's the speed, the wind, the power of these winds. Not only that, I'll show you later on, we've got a lot of rain coming in. So once again, we could see a lot of surface flooding, we could see standing water. There may be a risk of a few properties having flooding if they're low lying. It's really not nice. So a bit later on Saturday, you can see the perfect line, which I will show you on the facts charts. That is the edge of the cold front. So about 3 o'clock, the winds do ease for a little while. Then Saturday, what's that?
The cold front's moved over, is it? And
Yeah,
it's moved over, it slackens the wind.
That's it. And you can see here it's still going to be breezy. It's not going to be light. It's still got to be 20-30 mile an hour, but it'd be a lot less than sitting in the 70 marks. And the isobars do open up, which is a tiny ridge of high pressure. But don't be fooled by this, really don't, because Sunday morning the winds really pick up once again and it carries on, and they're back to 50. Yeah, and they're back into the 50s, 60s, maybe even 80s, touching around on the north coast. The winds are northwest, westerly to northwesterly. They are going to bounce about a little bit as well. But the only trouble is this low pressure where it's sitting is going to pull some colder air in. Good news is anyone out on New Year's Eve, the winds do drop for a little while, which is some good news. The isobars do open up, but then Monday, you can see another low pressure sort of skirts ours, but it's more into France. So it may be the south coast what gets the strongest of the winds this time. But even looking ahead, it's not looking that great. It's just low pressure after low pressure for quite a while. And it stays windy until about, I'm just going ahead a bit now. You can see the lovely rainbow colors. It's really into about a week, maybe 2 weeks ahead. And you can see there, that's when the high pressure builds up. But this is an interesting one. When this high pressure does build, it may get very cold as well because of where the high pressure is. So we may see some cold winds, because looking at this, they're either north or northeasterly. So that could be quite interesting what the weather's going to be at that far ahead. So once again, we go back down. It's really the main concern is these winds coming in. They're going to be strong and they can be damaging. And this
Has this low system been named yet, Dave?
As of yet, no, it's not been named at the time of doing this video. Met Erin may name this one because of where it's sitting, but I got a feeling if Met Erin or the Met Office don't, the French will name it because the French are already putting out they're expecting 90+ mile-an-hour winds on the northern coast of France. So
Yeah.
these are your FACS charts or surface pressure charts, and that nice blue band is the active cold front, what I was talking about. So that band there, let me flick back to the right one, is this literally that line of where it's got to be strong winds, and you can see if I go forward and when the winds drop down you can near enough see it. So that is, so anything in front of them blue lines is going to be strong, anything at the back of them is going to be nice and quite light. You can see on here it does go over, and that's what I was talking about, the isobars open up quite nice. So I've just got so many charts open. This one is your GFS overview, so it just gives you an indication of the rain, and there's that nasty little low. It really does get deep as it comes in. It's got a lot of rain wrapped around it, so once again you can, that will be the cold front on that side of it. So the winds will be from a southwesterly or southerly direction for a while. Then I'm afraid there's a lot of rain coming in with it as well. So we've got strong winds and a lot of rain, but looks like the rain's going to be quite fast moving. So it's going to be a good few hours of heavy rainfall. We're still going to see another 10 to 20 mils of rain, but the bulk of it clears. Then, as I said on the other chart, you can see these isobars opening up a little bit. So we do get a break. Then Sunday, we're back to the rain, and that's when the winds pick up again because the isobars. But if we go forward to New Year's, so anyone out partying or in St. Ives or any of the other places on New Year's Eve, it will be windy. But looking at this, you may, a really close line, get a tiny
That's midnight.
shower. That's midnight. So the showers at this point are just holding off. But then I'm afraid
at this time, this is Friday afternoon here now.
Yeah.
So that change between now and Sunday night.
Yeah. And you can see we're back to the rain then through the early hours of Monday morning. So New Year's Day is looking quite wet and windy again as that weather system scoots on through. And we do get a break, then I'm afraid another one Monday night. You can see it's quite unsettled even into Tuesday. And that was that one I was talking about, the winds just clip France. So depending where that one goes, depending how far that rain comes up.
Nasty rain for us as well on that one, isn't there?
Yeah, and you can see going ahead even further, it's quite a few lows, but the weather's been really interesting lately for me. As it's more like the tornadoes coming into Great Britain, like Manchester and like that. You think we've had one in Manchester, we've had one in Wales and one in Jersey, and they're like EF1s, so they're causing a lot of damage. Like 100 homes in Manchester way got damaged in this one.
Yeah. And do you think that's going to be a common occurrence now in the UK?
Turn this off, not put back on. I do, yeah. I really think we're going to start seeing more extreme weather. We're going to start seeing a lot more maybe tornadoes, funnel clouds, and we're seeing them here in Cornwall. When you think, look back to the summer, we had weeks of people sending us images in funnel clouds and water spouts, and there was even one what looked like it touched the ground sort of over Bodmin Moorway, and it was such a fine line because of the way the angle it was taken, but you can see where there was a lot of mud and debris being pulled up.
Yeah, I mean, it's like this morning we had quite a nasty cell come over from sort of Newquay area and up towards Bude, a thunderstorm, but that could have turned nasty, couldn't it?
Oh, that could have done, yeah. That was on the high end of the rain chart. So at the bottom of the chart, you have keys how heavy it was, and it was like in the purples. It was near enough off the scale of rain. So that must have been torrential.
So just thinking about it, for those people who were in Manchester who were affected by the tornadoes, Manchester and North Wales, um, they must have had that sort of colouring on their charts at that time as well. So that's a something you can look out for when we're showing you charts. That that is quite a severe downpour of rain.
Yeah, and
the weather at the moment is so turbulent, isn't it?
yeah, I like that word. Using my words.
Sorry.
So on the charts, you can also see you get a hook, so it will hook around as well. It looks like a bit like a fishing hook, and that's a telltale sign that the clouds are rotating around. So, and you had that perfectly over Manchester, had a perfect hook.
Yeah, yeah.
And when people were going backwards and forwards, you could see the hook forming a form, and then it went over, then it just disappeared over. But 100 homes damaged like that. Most of them had their roofs completely tore off. It wasn't just one or two tiles; they were just ripped off.
Must be awful, you've just had Christmas and you're looking forward to the new year, and then the weather comes, and this is what it does to you. I mean, it's like with the people with flooding; it must be terrible for them. And talking about flooding, Dave, have we got a lot of rain coming in with this system this weekend?
Yeah.
And also with this storm that might be named, might not be named, it might be named by the time we've finished recording this video. There's going to be some hellish tides, really, isn't there?
There is. The grounds are still quite saturated now, and we're going to see another further 10 to 20 mils of rain on top, maybe even more over the hills as well. So you're going to start to see surface flooding and standing water on our roads again. So it's not going to be very nice. And there will be people traveling tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
Families getting together once again for the New Year's. So it's really not really nice for people traveling.
Yeah. And the winds will be bringing in the winds will be bringing in the are we on spring tides at the moment?
We're just coming off of spring, so they're quite high still at the moment.
Incoming water from the tides as well.
Yeah, I've got a brilliant weather chart on here. These will be the ones what we have soon, our own oceanic wave project, which is going to be called. And these are sort of charts we have. So these are the sea swell. And you can see on the older ones, they used to be reds. So it used to be the surfers go out looking for the red dots on the maps. The maps what we have, it'd be white dots and grey dots. So that'd be the bigger waves. So if I click on here, you can see they're like 11 meters.
10 to 11 meters.
Yeah, in the eye. And that one sits right off the Southern Island on Saturday.
So for those who
big wave service. Yeah, the big wave service.
You might be getting a nice 30-foot swell down Southern.
Even if I come in, zoom in a bit on Cornwall, this is Sunday, and you can see like Port Isles of Scilly have got some big swells around them.
7 to 8 meters.
Meters, yeah. The south coast is
I believe that won't cause a problem for the Isles of Scilly because it's the wind direction and they're quite sheltered from that.
Yeah, I can sort of zoom in. So the island, so it looks like Briar's going to get the bigger waves.
Yeah.
But then you can see how it drops, how the islands do help the waves. So it's going to be the outer islands will catch it. And maybe St. Agnes as well. They might get some big waves.
Yeah.
But I do like these charts. But it's looking the south coast has got to be more sheltered. But it's going to be when this comes in on Sunday, you sort of can see the swell.
Yeah.
That's 5 o'clock. So it does disappear, but you can see there's some big waves all day.
Yeah. So I mean, if you're New Keyway, they really are going to see some nice waves up there, I think.
Yeah, they can be sheltered at Newquay as well. But Portreath is big. Port Towan is another nice one. People go surfing. St. Agnes, Chapel Rock. So we'll go in Hollywell Bay. You can see they're sheltered by the way it comes in.
Yeah, but it's just what's underneath the sea, the ocean, isn't it? But they've got
Yeah,
a.
but you can see a bit further up, they've got quite a big swell over them at the moment, and it does dissipate as the days go on. But yeah, these are the maps what we will have very soon, and the arrows do show you the way the swell is. Another good one which will be on it is the wave period. So it's how many, got to get this right, how many waves are in between the timing of each wave what comes into the beach. I think I'm getting this right. I probably got it totally wrong, and I'll get told off by the surfing people. But
So
in a minute,
12 to 13 seconds.
Seconds between every wave, yeah, what comes in. This is the peak wave, so they're all about the same. The next one is your ocean currents, so it gives you an idea of what the currents are up to. I can zoom right out, you can see the world. It's really amazing. All right, if I go right out, see all the ocean currents.
Anywhere in the world, really.
Yeah. They're your ocean currents. I'm just going through different charts. What we'll have. This is salinity, if that makes any difference to people see. And this is a good one, actually showing you our temperatures. So they're coming down 11, 12 degrees roughly now, the sea temperatures. But if anyone's in Portugal, where is it?
Right.
Yeah, it's around this area somewhere.
Yeah.
They're about 15, 16 degrees, the temperatures. Bit warmer there. They're in the other colours, so they're around here, Nazare. They're a bit warmer. So if you really want the warm waters, sort of, and you're in Florida, let's have a quick look. What's Florida sitting at? Around there. Oh, there.
We're just being nosy now, Dave, aren't we?
Yeah, we're just being nosy to see what the temperatures are in Florida. See, like 25, 26. So that's warm enough to actually hold and start a hurricane. Then it could be worse. It could be up here. Look at these temperatures. Like -2, -3s. Yeah, we're just being nosy for the charts. And this
is that an ice chart, that one as well?
Right, this is a good one. We do have an ice chart. So that's your ice, sea ice.
Wow. So the
yellows, blues, and that lot are all sea ice. So you can see him with the sea ice up here.
That's amazing.
Brilliant, isn't they? So you can see all the sea ice now. And when they do that crazy north, and this is going down to and this is Antarctica, which hasn't got that much sea ice.
No.
So when you think about you down in the lower latitudes, and you start looking up here in the 80 norths, there's a lot more sea ice. So
wow.
You can go across, but I think I've just come back on myself. Yeah, so it's basically going to be windy over the next few days, extremely windy, more windy around the coasts. Anywhere on higher grounds are going to be 70 to 80 plus easy. I think we may even see another 90-mile-an-hour like we did with the last named storm. Yeah, so we could see damage, a few trees down, maybe a few tiles blown off. Definitely fences, because we've been through that one ourselves when a fence panel rattle off. Got a lot of rain over the next few days, so yeah, it's not looking too great. It's quite turbulent weather.
Yeah, you love that word, don't you?
I do, and I like the surfing word as well. What is it, Hannah?
Gnarly.
Yes.
Gnarly waves.
Yes, so if you are out, really take care over the next 48 hours, because the winds will drop. Don't think, don't be fooled. Don't think, oh, this is it. They will be back. So it'll be windy tomorrow. It should start peaking.
Don't drop for long, do they? It's only a few hours.
Yeah, they peak about 12, about 1 o'clock tomorrow. Then they do drop down. Then the winds and the rain does ease for a little bit, but they do come back. Their isobars do squeeze together, and it comes back once again.
Overnight.
Overnight. So would you like to quick one about the Wave project, the Oceanic Wave project?
Oceanic Wave. Yeah, we're setting up a new website at the moment. It's called Oceanic Wave, and the charts that Dave's been showing you, some of those charts are what we're going to be using. We're also in talks with a lot of surfers who are happy to come and blog on our new website as soon as we get it all up and running, and it's something exciting for the new year, early in the new year, hopefully, fingers crossed. I think we've got enough money now to purchase the data, but they will be our own charts. So it's all good news coming our way. So watch out for the Oceanic Wave project.
Yeah, like I said, we'll be blogging on there. Oh, yes.
Are we? Oh, I was going to say, are we videoing again before New Year?
Hopefully we can get one out Sunday at some point, just to show people what's happening over the new year. So I'm hoping we can get that done. If it's not me and Penny, it'll be me and you again doing it.
Oh, you got me because Penny's lost her voice.
Yeah, which is a blessing sometimes. I mean, I shouldn't say that, should I? Anyway, from me, I'm going to say goodbye, and I will speak to you on the next video. So bye.
Bye.
Bye.